The end of the day with Ray. Hello, my friends. Ladies and gentlemen, if you look on the gigantic, sharp, interactive board, you'll see some logos of some friends of ours in the industry. We got Xerox, HP, Konica Minolta, Visual Edge IT, and Lexmark. Underneath those logos, I'm asking, facing reality or fighting it? And you'll see the protesters holding up a sign that says, repeal reality. It's not that bad. Think about puppies instead. Think about puppies instead. That's that irrelevant content that makes people feel good instead of making people get better. We see a lot of that in our industry. But ladies and gentlemen, what's going on with these players in our industry is extremely important for our industry to pay attention to. Because there are some impactful things going on in our industry regarding Xerox, HP, Konica Minolta, Visual Edge IT, and Lexmark. And let's see if they're facing reality or fighting it. Let's start with the communist-controlled Lexmark. We all know that Lexmark's owned by a 9-star of the PRC. They got banned over the Uyghur Forced Labor Prevention Act. Is Lexmark trying to repeal that reality? Are they holding up a sign saying, it's not that bad? I think about this article they put in ENX magazine where they interviewed one of their leaders. This whole entire article was so horrific, I did an episode on it. Completely full of what I believe distractions, distortions, and outright lies. The leaders over at Lexmark have been hiding under their desks since June. Are they facing reality? I don't think so. Ladies and gentlemen, Visual Edge IT, do you think they're facing reality? Or are they trying to repeal reality? Are they holding up a sign that says it's not that bad? Obviously, they've never looked at their BDC lenders, 10Q or 10K, and how it relates to them. $48 million write-off on a senior subordinate note, a preferred position on the balance of that note. That's not good in any shape, way, or form. Think about puppies instead. Here's our executives hanging out with some athletes. Did you all know that we sponsored the Sports Hall of Fame? We've been doing it for like 20 years. We just wanted to tell you all that because we got to distract from the end of the day with Ray's videos. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't believe Visual Edge is facing reality at all. I think about Konica Minolta. The CEO of Konica Minolta US stands on stage at a roadshow and tells the entire audience that the reason their revenue's down is because of an impairment charge in the planetarium business. I did an episode on that, written in ENX magazine, written in the Imaging Channel magazine. They're saying that's what their CEO here in the United States said. Ladies and gentlemen, that's scary as hell. Is Konica Minolta repealing reality? Is Konica Minolta saying it's not that bad quarter after quarter when they have terrible financials? They got to put a webinar together and explain it to people? Of course, they only invite people on that webinar that won't ask them any questions, right? Think about puppies instead. I think about all the awards. Let's get another award so we can distract the marketplace. Everybody likes awards. Is Konica Minolta facing realities? I don't think so. HP. I've talked a lot about HP this week. They're having a big meeting in Vegas. But at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to bring up one thing that I find just so bizarre. In January of 2023, their CEO, Enrique Loris, being interviewed. He says in the interview, I still expect PC market to remain larger than pre-pandemic. I still expect the PC market to remain larger than pre-pandemic. This was like 2 months into their FY 2023 when he said that. And we all know that HP's FY 2023 was a train wreck. The amount they declined from the previous year was just horrific. Like $10 billion decline. And a lot of that was in that personal systems business. But ladies and gentlemen, if you look at the decline of where HP ended up in 2023 and you compare that revenue number in the personal systems business group to the 2019 number before the pandemic, they're down 12% when you factor in the fact that in 2019 they didn't have a $1.7 billion business called Poly. If you look at how much they declined from the previous year, which was FY 2022 in the personal systems business group, it was down 19%. So obviously, during that interview, was the CEO of HP talking about puppies? It's not that bad. It's going to be great. I think he's trying to repeal reality. Let's talk about our friends over at Xerox, ladies and gentlemen. I believe they are facing reality. I'm going to share with you why they are. The worst effects of disrupted industries are the impacts on the people within these industries. Let me be clear about that. Our industry is going through major, massive disruption. And the leaders in our industry, as they drive the buses down the road and they stop at bus stops, are going to let people off and they got to decide who they're going to let on. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you right now, our industry is going to be putting new people in the bus. They're going to be rearranging the people in the seats on the bus. There's a lot of things that are going to happen as our industry travels down the road through its disruption. But when I look at Xerox, they're understanding and they're responding to the issues. They're cutting costs. They're realigning street distribution. They're realigning OEM relationships. Is Xerox preparing for impactful change? I believe they are. They have to reinvent themselves. Here's some thinking from my friends at Xerox, and this is what I think. I think Xerox, the legacy that you have, your roots, cannot obstruct your way forward. Have you ever walked down a path that's lined with trees and the roots are all through the path, and as you walk down the path, it's hard to navigate down the path. You're stepping over these roots. You might trip over these roots. Xerox, don't let your roots obstruct your path forward. But I believe Xerox will have to eliminate business units which interfere with that reinvention strategy. We see them doing it now. They're going to have to eliminate geographies, at least the high cost in those geographies. We'll see some changes around Xerox's geographies. You're going to have to eliminate unprofitable end users. You know, whether you're a young business that's just starting out or whether you're a mature business, you have to look at your customer portfolio and you have to make decisions. Are these customers profitable? Have we changed our deliverables so much? Has the marketplace changed so much that what we were doing a few short years ago, we can't monetize profitably today? We have to start eliminating customers. We have to start eliminating unprofitable dealers and resellers. This won't be just Xerox. All our friends in the industry, they're going to look at their distribution and they're going to say, how do we fix this? How can we make this better? And the way they make distribution better in marketplaces, it's going to be pretty damn upsetting for some legacy folks, I'll tell you right now. That's just a reality. You're going to see equipment being serviced, delivered, supplied in the marketplace in ways that are probably unimaginable to you if you don't start using your imagination. Adjust human capital in the marketplace realities, and we see them doing that now with a 15% reduction in human capital. It's going to happen. Reinvent the deliverable, the legacy. They got to reinvent the deliverable. I think Xerox has to merge with an out-of-the-industry actor. I think about ServiceNow as an example. We know they did a deal with ServiceNow and CareAR. But ladies and gentlemen, Xerox has to be out of the marketplace looking for something that they can bring to their legacy platform and build a new legacy. And while they're doing this, they can't trip over the roots. And it's not an easy thing to do. But at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, all our industry's actors, as they drive these buses and navigate the journey towards something new, they're going to stop at bus stops, they're going to let people off, and they're going to put people on. And it's going to be pretty upsetting for status quo. But everybody watching me knows this. Status quo is the killer of all that'll be invented. Don't get stuck in status quo, and I'll see you all on Monday.